gotta get that leg rest up, buddy.
It's already up, you big fat fucking liar.
They don't know yet.
Video, we've got one episode out already on YouTube, so at this point they've seen the crap show that is this. Like, before we could just sit here and just kind of like be somewhat animated with our voices, but now we've got to like move our arms and look at each other and talk and everything else. And welcome to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Big Mike.
Welcome to episode 34.
All right, we got it right?
Yep.
All right, 34.
Yeah, I've been doing the numbers wrong.
Well,
so
it's all good.
Yeah. Special guest today. Finally got him to say yes. We fulfilled the rider and everything else. So please welcome to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast, one of my spawn, Jackson.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Thank you for introducing me as your spawn. I really appreciate that.
No problem. I mean, there's lots of descriptors we can use for you, but we'll use child.
Yeah, that's a good one. Child's a good start.
My favorite son. How about that?
Oh, that's so nice. But am I above the dog?
Well, yeah. No,
He's
you're
the
definitely
favorite dog.
Yeah, you're the favorite son.
But if it was between the dog and me,
we need some.
Hey, so anyways, let's go ahead and move on to what we're drinking today, Mike.
Big Mike's even gonna go back more.
Like, no, you don't get out of this, Mike. You started this shit.
What did I do?
I blame you.
All right, that's fair. Blame the big guy.
Well, this week we're drinking something else that I randomly found, Black Maple Hill. The story behind this stuff is, so it's an Oregon straight bourbon whiskey. Some years ago, they started making this, and I think the original version of Black Maple Hill, like the orange label, was actually made by Van Winkle the Third or something like that. So really good juice coming out of Kentucky. This is not that. This is the new version. There's not a lot of information on where the juice is coming from or anything like that. But this was fairly readily available. It's a little on the more expensive side as far as availability, but it is technically an Oregon bourbon whiskey. So
I loved how you clarified before we started recording.
This is not that.
Yeah.
This is not the orange label. You can't find it anywhere. Yeah. No, it's not that. So, well, cheers, Mike.
Oh yeah, hold on. Where's that cup? Where is it?
There you go.
All right, buddy.
See, look.
I'll clink my.
Hold on.
Water
Yeah, I got
with
you, buddy.
Mike.
Boom, I got
there
you.
We go. Yeah. No bourbon for the under 21 crowd. Sorry. I don't want to be demonetized on YouTube on day 2. Okay.
I need a whole hour with this one.
Yep, I'm gonna. It's freshly poured, so we'll see how it does.
So this is the Whiskey and Wine Podcast, but all I've seen is whiskey. So like, where's the wine? When is it coming in?
WHINE.
Yeah, but that has a double meaning. You know, you need the actual wine as well.
No, we're not. Well, I mean, so at some point there will be an episode where I've got a couple of bottles of wine that I want to drink that some friends of ours gave us, and it'll go well with the cigar. So that'll be the exhaust fan's on, the windows are open, we smoke a cigar, have some dark red wine, and that'll be a whole thing. It'll be a whole mood.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Are you going to say like the wine has an oaky afterbirth like I've heard before?
Oaky afterbirth? No, there's no oaky aftertaste. No. Oh, God. Oh.
It's like a placenta a little bit.
I get a lot of iron.
Yeah.
No. Oh, God. We're not going down that hole.
I'm gonna have to brush up on my wine terminology.
Don't worry, we'll just Google it. We'll just use the old Chat GPT to make up our descriptors so that we seem really intelligent.
Is that how you like make your podcast? You just find topics on Chat GPT?
Actually, no, it's just Mike and I, usually about 30 minutes before we start recording, going, so what are we talking about today?
So we've gone through most of our original list of topics that
Yep.
we would come up with when we were hanging out drinking.
Uh-huh.
So now it's more of a freestyle, right?
Uh-huh. Which is impressive, I say.
But no, it's fun that way because it's like the last one I came in hot. I had a topic. I was like, listen, recital. I had a party after recital, but I realized that I can't eat 3 different types of fried food at 11:30 at night
for a 5th meal.
Yeah,
like 4th meal's a thing, but 5th meal was a mistake. That's what we learned.
Yeah. So I thought Kate told me,
Oh,
man.
That is the first time
34
episodes that Mike forgot to actually mute his
Do
phone.
you want me to do
Wow.
a live party bus quote?
No, I do not.
I think something that I have never heard you guys talk about is the struggles of being a dance brother. You know, you gotta put in a lot of time and effort as a dance brother. You know, I had to fill in for you this week a couple times, taking to a bunch of stuff.
Now,
you know?
you better back the hell off on that fill in for me thing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So
set this phone to vibrate, do a little recline even farther.
So we asked you to drive your sister to a few things. Just a few, because I was working and Mom was working. So we asked you to drive her to a few things. For all the years that we drove you places and I just parked and waited for you at like lacrosse practice or soccer practice or whatever it was, at some place out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to come at me after having to drive your sister a few days and complain about how much it sucks to drive?
Look, I wouldn't say it's not harder than being a dance dad. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that our effort is underappreciated. The amount of times I was bored at the center where we'd be dancing and we'd like watch her dance for 3 minutes and I'd just go have to like waste my life away in the lobby.
Yeah. All right, that's true. It's not really wasting your life away because you are supporting and encouraging the talents of your sibling
For 4 minutes.
or in my case, your child. So, you know, when you were first playing lacrosse, Jackson, I mean, there was a lot of times where you were out there for like 35 seconds and then you'd give the old like tap, 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 I need out because I'm out of breath, and you'd come off the field. That's a lot of toting coolers and chairs and tents and your 400 Gatorades and then making Gatorade slushies and everything else for like 3.5 minutes of play.
Look, I do wanna argue though that at least I didn't play baseball. Okay?
Right, yes.
I did not play baseball. There was a T-ball phase. That was about as far as it went.
Thank God.
And lacrosse, you know, it can be pretty entertaining even at the younger ages. So
Yep.
just be grateful. Be grateful.
Yes, you are correct. I am grateful that it was lacrosse and not baseball because, as we've told before on this podcast, Mom and I got into a little bit of trouble when it was T-ball and we brought buckets of beer because it wasn't a lot of action for 3 hours.
You got in trouble for that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they sent out a whole league-wide email saying, please stop bringing beer to the T-ball games. And we wrote back, we're so very sorry. And they said, oh, don't worry. You weren't the only ones. We got about 15 emails saying, sorry, we won't do it anymore. So, yeah. All right. So you're starting to understand this whole, like, drive someplace, you have nothing to do for an hour, and then you drive to the next place suffering.
Yeah, I understand it now. You know, it's not the most horrendous thing. I can just kind of sit there and play games and
Yep.
whatever. But it's the the reward isn't great. When McKenna comes back in the car and says about 6 words and then leaves for her next adventure. That's the least fun part. And at some point you just run out of music to play.
Yeah. All of these things are like I can sympathize with you, and I appreciate that you now can empathize with me in all that fun driving.
I need to draw a difference, though. The difference here is that you chose to have a daughter and did everything needed to be done to have a daughter. I just got born into this situation. Okay?
Oh, so what you're saying is you didn't choose to have a sibling. A sibling was thrust upon you.
Oh, yes. And I would say even more onto that, the reason I got a sibling was because I was so freaking awesome. Okay? So I just want to remind you that you made that choice because of me, but it's just because I was awesome. It wasn't because I told you I wanted to have a sister,
Yep, yes, we do refer to you as our sucker baby.
This is true.
You were a good little baby. You slept well. You ate well. You didn't blow out of your diapers. You did hose down the blinds a couple of times, but that's neither here nor there. And so we thought this whole parenting thing was easy, so we decided to do it again.
Do you have regrets, maybe?
Never regrets.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Noted.
I have wasted dreams.
Wasted dreams.
Boats and vacations.
Yeah, what would you be doing with all that money if I wasn't born and McKenna wasn't born?
We wouldn't live here. It'd probably be somewhere in the south of France.
Fair touche.
Well, what else have you got to roast Mike and I, Jackson? You got something for Mike? Because so far Mike's just sitting here giggling at the back and forth.
I just have an annoyance. Every time I listen to this podcast, the once in a while it pops in my brain, which I wouldn't say is very often, but
damn,
it's there. It's the laugh. It's the laugh from you two. I need you guys to work on it just a little bit. Just come back next week. Try some out in the mirror. Just see how you do. Try on a new one.
Well, do you have like a recommendation?
Yeah.
Of
like
good
first
laugh.
I'd like to know what's wrong with the laugh. But
okay. So listening to this podcast, it gives me a little bit of dopamine in my brain. You'd say maybe a little bit of serotonin, calms me down a little bit. But then I just hear this vocalization, this sound in my ear, and it's coming from either of you, and it's just like it just kind of interrupts all of that. It makes me a little bit angry.
So you go from a nice mellow,
yeah, like on a plane. Let's say I'm trying to sleep on a plane.
Okay,
you listen to us when you want to sleep.
I try.
That's not the first time we've heard that.
It's just. It's a little bit irritating, It makes me a little bit angry.
Okay.
I love it.
Just the laughing.
Yeah. I think if you had a little bit more of a cliche dad laugh, like maybe a slap on the knee, maybe a little bit like oh, that'd be a little bit better.
With a count from Sesame Street.
Could be pretty good.
All right.
Try it on for size.
Try it on for size.
Wait.
Okay, we're working on it.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
All right.
Oh, God,
all right.
That hurts.
Man.
Wow. All right. So the laugh is less of a dopamine push. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'd say so.
More strikes anger.
Okay.
And frustration.
All right.
I think that's accurate.
All right. What else have we got?
Are you talking podcast wise?
Yeah. Fine. If you want to open it up to everything that I do that annoys you, or Mike does to annoy you, but I'd also appreciate just some. I mean, I've asked for help. We've asked for help with the podcast and social media and video editing and everything else, and so far this is about as helpful as you've been.
You know, I think I find it a little bit of a lost cause, you know. I think it's kind of like it's like a linear slope, you know. Like usually when you see these channels, they grow exponentially, you know. But it's like I think you'll just be adding 3 subscribers every month for the next couple years. You know, they'll listen to a few episodes and then they'll just kind of be done with it, and maybe they'll stay subscribed, but. You know, I'll just let you guys, you know, feel pretty good about yourselves for a little while.
You feeling good about yourself, Alex?
Yeah, really good. Gonna crawl into the corner here in a minute.
It could be, you know, I could be wrong though. There could be a time where maybe you have a little bit of an audience. Maybe you turn into Court and Randy and their, you know, Unholy Matrimony podcast. I don't know where you're going. I don't know if you get lucky with the YouTube algorithm and maybe, you know, 2,000, 3,000 people watch it and you're like, maybe you're popular, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say you're totally hopeless.
So what I'm hearing, we have a chance.
You have a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance.
All right, that's all I need.
Yep. That's all we need.
That's all I need.
As long as you guys have hope, that's all you need.
I never have no in my heart.
I'm trying to think about bones that I have to pick with you guys.
Oh.
And
Okay.
you know, it's just like the one thing that I remember is every time I'm brought up, it's like this. This is the tone that I'm brought up in. I'm like, it's like, oh yeah, my son Jackson. It's like you know,
I think he's
bane of your
referring to you.
existence.
He's referring to you.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah. You know, I feel like maybe your son Mike would feel similarly when you bring him up, you know, but that we'd have to ask him that, you know. We don't know, but I'm pretty sure he would feel the same way.
Okay. So you feel that you're only referred to in a negative light, not in the, gosh, you know, Jackson had all this stuff going on and he did a good job this weekend and it was not a shit show and everything else, as opposed to. Yeah,
I'd say that's right. I'd say, you know, when you invited me on this podcast, I remember you talked to me a couple days ago and you said, you want to come on the podcast so that we can light you up? And I'm thinking, you know,
I don't recall that being the phrase.
Oh, we'll see you in court on that one.
He's throwing the red challenge flag.
Wow.
I'm challenging that because, you know, I felt like when you said that, it had a little bit of a connotation of like, yeah, we're going to come on and we're just going to like, you know, beat you up and just embarrass you. And it's like, okay. So you know, I invite you to do what you would like. You know, I'm here tit for tat. You know. No holds barred. So
we'll see how much help I am with your camping gear tonight. Then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Camping trip's coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's no longer at the Clackamas County Park. Now it's at one down in Lynn County.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not too far.
It's the 3rd camping site they've booked.
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My stomach hurts from laughing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the whole. I mean, you should not be laughing, Mike. I mean,
yeah.
What's
so funny, Mike?
You're ruining his dopamine hit later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna listen to this episode and I'm just gonna be wide awake the whole time.
Just gonna be wired like, it's time to do a marathon. I can't sit still.
I do the one thing that strikes me, the one thing that I've listened to on this podcast,
the one thing
is the best, is listening to you and your Mike, your stories of, I think it was a drink that you lit on fire.
Ooh, flaming Dr. Pepper nights.
That's right. And I was like, who first made this drink? Who decided that this was a good idea?
I mean, there wasn't anything we invented. You could go to a bar and you can order flaming shots. So it was just something that we took the idea from, and instead of doing singles, you know, one drink at a time, we were doing a folding table worth of drinks at a time.
Yeah.
With butane torches. I mean, I look at the setup now, and yes, it was
0 fire extinguishers available.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm surprised the gym, the backyard gym that we were doing this in is still standing to this day, because there was a lot of flammable liquids in that area. So yeah, see, when we go out for your 21st birthday, I'm gonna get you a flaming Dr. Pepper shot.
Oh, it's gonna taste like the doctor's.
It's so smooth.
Are you gonna make him do the beer version or like a shot?
No, we're going straight 151 shot.
Oh,
That's horrible. It's gonna like burn all the way down.
It's so warm.
Yeah.
Once it touches your lips.
Yeah, it just warms your heart.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's gonna come out just as hot. One way or the other. Whew. Yeah, we're prepping for Joanna and I are prepping for Maddie's 21st.
I just asked Madison before I came here. We're still not exactly sure when this Vegas trip that she wants to go on is going to happen, because her birthday's in January.
Yep.
I mean, for me, it's the best time to go, right? January cheap.
Yeah,
Nothing
nobody wants to go
on,
because
pools
it's
aren't
cold.
open. So
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out currently if we're going to either postpone it for spring, like her spring break time.
Yeah.
But I was telling her once again, if you're going for these like pool parties that you see online, they're not happening, because I don't think most of the pools open until at least May / kind of end of May, Memorial Day, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, now it's all of a sudden like, is it something that we do in the summer? And I'm like, jeez. So I was like, if we prolong it that long, I said, Kate and I will have to fly out to Tempe, right?
Yep.
And actually celebrate her 21st in the Phoenix area. We can finally go out to like some Scottsdale bars, right? So I don't know. It's a work in progress. Once I get an actual month of when this is going to happen, I will share that with you. So if you do want to go to Vegas, it might just turn into a freaking shit show. But whatever.
It might. I
think you might have to carry Maddie back to the hotel room.
That's the goal.
That's
not it.
Yeah, it's gonna.
You and Coop can drag that back.
Shoot. I think by default, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I think that's that. Yeah, it's gonna have to be me.
Yep.
Who's carrying me though?
I mean, I can try, but it might not be successful.
It could be just more of a drag if you need it.
I think I just get you like a preemptive wheelchair.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we just do the scooters.
Dude, scooters is where it's at. I want a scooter.
Yep. And then that way when he's just like face forward on the controls, you can just lean him back and you can just push the little controls on the thing and we'll just drive him back to the elevators. Like just tap and send him up. Like there, you can ride the elevator for a couple hours. Somebody will get you off.
Why don't we get him one of those rideable shopping carts and then we put all his drinks in the basket and just ride him through in that.
It's the best idea I've heard so far. I like this.
Well, no, we got to get him a new lanyard for one of those frozen drink yard things.
Yeah.
You need a whole new setup.
I need a whole new setup, man. I told you.
I bet you we could custom order that before we go. Like whiskey and wine podcast lanyard.
Oh, jeez. Could you imagine?
Yard.
Oh, my God. You're going to find some random guy in the casino and be like, yeah, you want to come on the podcast?
I brought the camera and the wireless mics. Come on, let's go. Whoa! Welcome to the Whiskey and Wine podcast.
As they bust us for filming in the casino.
Yeah. I'm Alex, and over there it's just that's Mike.
Can you not film in casinos? Is that another thing?
Well, I mean,
you can't capture anything except what's right in front. So, like, there's those YouTubers and whatever that gamble and
you
film.
can do the POV, but nothing else, because then they think that you're cheating with seeing different hands and cards.
Yep.
And things from across, because normal Vegas, I feel like, especially the card games, right? They're usually back to back, then with the pit boss kind of walking in between, right? So they don't want you filming something with a zoom that you could possibly see.
And then, like, have AI analyzing the cards and everything else and somehow sending us... Like, there's all sorts of really inventive ways to cheat in Vegas. But if you've just got a camera kind of POV on your slot machine, you're totally okay because those machines are virtually cheat-proof at this point. So you're just kind of filming what is happening. And
you're filming the screen and the process that the screen's going through. But card games are a little more... They're definitely a little more sensitive of what you do.
There's human faults in that kind of stuff. So I mean, technically we could film in certain areas of the casino probably, but we'd have to get approval, and I don't think we're that famous yet.
Not yet.
Have your own show in Vegas. The whiskey, it could be in the front of the Mirage, the Whiskey and Wine podcast.
That closes down in about a month.
Yeah, but hey, it's gonna Hard Rock.
Yeah,
Hard Rock's gonna be on the Strip, first time ever.
Yep, giant guitar hotel.
Yep. I remember passing that sumbitch every time you left the
airport.
When you landed. Yep, you left the airport. All right, let me just say real quick. We have night one men gymnastics on the TV right now, and this guy's a fucking gangster. I don't know if he's gonna score well, but he has a damn leg brace on.
Yep, like he is clearly like torn or done something to his knee.
What is this? Is this the floor route? What's this? Floor routine? Floor? Just floor?
Yeah.
He literally has from thigh to what? Mid shin?
Yeah.
I know it's a knee and it's pivots. Fucking probably carbon fiber. It's probably like 10 grand.
Yeah.
But this guy's kind of doing his thing.
Yep.
Hey, and you wanted to watch golf.
Oh, hey, this was part of Jackson's rider over here.
Had to watch something other than golf because apparently I watch it 24/7.
This is true. This is very much true.
Wow.
If you want fact check on that, I can definitely go research for you.
All right, sorry. So I had to give a shout out to number 6. I don't know your name, number 6, but I hope you make the team. Yeah, I hope you make the team.
I believe this is Malone. See there at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, there you go. B Malone, not B Rabbit from 8 Mile, but it's B Malone. I just gotta make sure that we have it correct. Oh, all right. So we have quick recap thus far. Jackson has a few issues with our laughs, so we're gonna try to. We'll do a little.
We'll workshop some new laughs.
We'll workshop some stuff.
You know what? We could put it out on a poll and see what people say, except nobody is interacting with us on social media anymore. So.
Will you just play with my friend Alex over here?
Do you think Mike and Alex are funny? Meh. Why is meh? I don't remember adding meh as one of the answers.
No, what happens, that's when you give them the other option. You just you take C. There's no fucking C. It's A or B. That way they can't make a
yes or yes.
Yeah. We'll skew. Hey, statistics. My college professor taught me in stats that you can have a stat say whatever you want. It's all the way that you word it.
So Jackson doesn't like our laugh. He seems to think that we only negatively refer to him on the podcast.
Well, I think that was mostly you, but
yeah, I don't have a problem with Mike in that.
See, yeah, there we go. That's all you, Alex.
Okay.
In fact, Mike might be my favorite. Let's pick some favorites here.
Shit, I forgot. I have somewhere. It's so weird. My notification just went off. I have
Jackson's
something at
asking
5:09. I totally forgot.
Jackson's asking for an autograph from Mike, and then he's like, "Nah, I don't need yours."
Wow, this whiskey's going down quick today.
Whether it's good or not, it's going down.
Oh man.
Oh, he's so mean. This did not end up going how I thought it would go.
Do you think I was going to sing your praises?
I thought you were at least going to say that we're doing moderately okay, and it's kind of fun. Like I've listened
to a 1 to 10, strong 6.5.
Yeah. I was
Having
hoping.
fun.
Jesus. Yeah, you're having fun ripping us to shreds. Well, mostly me. All right, let's take a pee break.
Pee break.
Pee break.
All right.
All right.
The Whiskey and Wine Podcast is brought to you by Tapforia, Tigard, Oregon's first growler tap house. Founded in 2014, Tapforia has 28 taps, including beer, wine, cider, seltzer, and kombucha. Did you know that they are a bottle shop as well now? Stop in for a pint, glass, growler, or a 4, 6, or 12-pack of the latest and greatest offerings of our local breweries. Located on Highway 99W in Tigard. Visit tapforia.com and follow them on social media to see what they have on tap each day. Tapforia, craft beer and wines.
Oh. There we go. Even got the knee slapped.
Much better.
Was that
Way
better?
better.
All right. See, it's a work in progress. Give me another week or two, and we'll have this shit dialed in. Dialed.
Okay. I'm gonna start bringing in the Elmo. Like, just. Oh, Elmo think that's fucking funny.
Or what about remember your whiny Luke that you used to do with me and McKenna?
Dad, I just want to go hang out to Tossie Station.
It's horrible.
Vader, that's my dad. He's so lame.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I just took it from my children.
Well, when are we going to talk about your ugly ass rug?
Guns a-blazing.
Jesus.
Shit, and that's where we're going.
All right. The ugly ass rug you're referring to would be my lovely Washington Commanders rug. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit that I hate calling them the Commanders. They are always the Washington Redskins to me.
All right.
Because that's what they were, and had they had an owner who wasn't a douchebag, we would probably still be the Washington Redskins. Instead, we had Dan Snyder, who decided to have a pissing match with the United States government and fucking lost.
You know, I wish our dog, he usually doesn't pee inside, but this is the one exception.
Dude! You want the dog to pee on this thing. It's
Maybe on the wall, too, on that Cleveland Browns pennant I see over there
Oh,
as
shit.
well.
I'm getting drugged into this.
Ooh, now that's a shot. That's a shot.
Dude, that's beautiful. Look at it. Established in 1946.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. Mine was in, 1920.
I don't see anything up here of yours.
Well, we'll have to fix that.
We'll have to-
Why do we have to fix that?
Because, if you're going to put two crappy franchises in the room, you got to have one good one to balance it out. Just
I'll bring some Seahawk gear in then.
I don't know about that.
Oh, wow. Not even Seahawk gear? You want
No.
Packers gear up here, but no Seahawks gear?
No Seahawks gear.
Why?
Because of 2014? That NFC Championship game.
Yeah?
I know. This isn't even a scripted thing, but I know exactly where you're going with this.
The onside kick and, all that garbage. And then you lost to the Patriots that year because you guys suck. So,
Did better than the Packers.
only by one game.
That was a
It's always
bad
one
call.
game.
They should have let Marshawn Lynch run that bitch in.
Yep. Absolutely. Everybody always agrees with that, but, it's what they
Except
did.
for the coaching at the time. They even said that was the call. No, it was not the call.
No.
Why are you throwing it right there when you have beast mode right behind the quarterback?
Uh-huh.
Was that fourth down, too? Was that, all or nothing?
No, oh, shit. I don't, and as a Seahawks, I don't, maybe. It was either third or fourth down.
Yeah.
But, man, that will go down as...
Dumbest move.
They made fun of that even on my favorite show, The League. When they came back from their season break for the new season, they actually opened up the show with a scene, probably the best scene out of that whole show, with Marshawn Lynch and Taco on the beach.
Yes.
And I forgot one of the other guys for the league wanted a beer. And he was like, oh, man, let me just throw it to you. And Marshawn's like, bro, Let me just run it over to him. And he's like, no, dude, there's no sense of running it. Let me throw it. And he's like, but bro, I'm right here. Just hand me the can and I can just, like nothing will happen. Like I can get it there, right? And they're like, no, I think I'm going to throw it. And he ends up throwing it and then he falls in the fire. He lights on fire and he's like, man, I told you I should have just ran it over there. And dude, after that, I was like, this is my favorite show of all time.
Yes.
The fact that they could make fun of that whole thing coming like, I think isn't it around March when season starts? I mean, this was like still a new wound, right?
Yeah.
You're talking Super Bowl January.
Yep.
And they're making fun of it in March. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a gangster move right there.
Yeah, that's rough.
That was rough.
Hey, just out of curiosity, how many championships does the Packers as an org have and the Redskins?
Actually, it's funny you bring that up because I saw today on my shareholder, they mail me my voting because my owner's not an asshole, because I'm the owner, for the record. And at the top it says Green Bay Packers, 13-time world champions. So, I know that
Super
you
Bowls.
count championships in 1965 and onwards, but
Yes.
for me, we won
That's
9 more
Super
before
Bowl.
that.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowls. How many Super Bowls do you have and how many Super Bowls do I have?
I have 4, and a lot of them are more recent than yours.
It doesn't matter. They still count.
They
still count. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, we're fighting each other, but Mike's sitting over here with 0. Maybe 1 if you count the Seahawks, but we all know that was a fluke. So
Hey, they could have been back to back, all right? They could have been back to back.
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we'll see how this this is the first year you're putting me in the vet league for fantasy football, so
Yep, I'm moving you over, buddy.
that's I'm totally fine with that. There's a new belt for the vet league, right?
We have to have a shareholder meeting this summer
Okay.
to figure out if we're going belt or trophy or what. But yes,
So-
there will be some.
Can Whiskey and Wine sponsor the belt? And
That'd
then
be awesome.
technically I'm on the belt already.
I see your workaround there. You're
Whis-
gonna start
the
with your
Whiskey and
name on
Wine
the belt.
podcast with Mike and Alex sponsor the Vet League Championship belt, and we'll just have the logo in the middle, and then I'm technically already on the belt.
I like it. See, that's using your noggin right there.
Can I climb up the amateur ranks and maybe get into this vet league kind of thing?
Oh,
No, but you can help me manage mine and draft mine so that I do a little bit better this year. That would be helpful.
Yeah, you want to talk about the amount of championships you have in the family league versus me?
Not really.
Yeah. So I have. Let me see. Let me count on my fingers. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 championships.
Yeah.
And you have a big fat 0, I believe.
I think there was one in there for me. I
Yeah.
think there was one in there for me.
Yeah. There's one fluke year where McKenna won. She probably
Yeah.
picked by colors or something.
Yeah.
Th-
Well,
I
and
don't-
she's also won the NCAA tournament that we.
a little March Madness bracket.
she's done the March Madness a couple of times
And
by doing the same thing.
Color mascots.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. 1 year was color, 1 year was mascot, and she won both of those years. And
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I won this year in the NCAA tournament for our family and friends and everything, and it was just because I picked the safest bets, and it ended up being like almost all number ones in the final 4.
Yep,
So I was fine. Like I lost a few early on, but then eventually I won out with the big points, and I'll take that win.
It's funny. I picked NC State in that tournament, and they were like an 11 seed.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if you want to go back and forth on this whole, like, who's the big winner, whatever, that's fine. I would appreciate you helping me for all the help that I have given you in your life and continually give you. I would appreciate some help with my fantasy football team draft and management.
I'm glad that you finally acknowledge that I'm a better fantasy football player than you.
Yeah,
So I'd gladly help you on that. You know?
I appreciate
See?
you offering your help after I begged mercilessly.
No, Mike, I have one more bone to pick with you.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
That's the quarterback of your team, the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah.
You're paying him $63 million a year, and I bet he's still getting his massages and whatever it is. So, that's pretty unfortunate for you.
All right, so hold on. As a new Browns fan, just within the last, 2024, probably 8 years, right? I have lived in this short time span enough sadness and depression.
0-16.
Oh, no. It was the fact that, do you know how this all came about?
No, I do not.
So, fantasy football at the dance studio. We always have usually a small turnover, but we always have some fresh meat, right? Some new dads coming in the league, and lo and behold, Tim McCurdy shows up. And at draft night, he goes, "Hey, just throwing it out there. I got Brown season tickets if anyone ever wants to go to a game." And all I heard was football and season tickets. I raised my hand. And we literally I go out there every year for one game. But it has been an emotional roller coaster because
It's not a roller coaster. It's all downhill.
Oh, no, yeah. No, you build some speed, but then they fuck with you a little bit, right? So, like, the last 3 years, has it been 3? I'd have to it's all been wins. So I feel like I'm on a upward.
Oh, the games that you go to are all
of the
wins.
games that I go to.
Okay.
The first, 5, I think, were all just straight up. I'm sorry. 4 losses and a tie. We tied the Steelers one day, and it was that. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. It was. I don't know if you guys remember.
Was this the free beer thing?
Yes, Bud Light made a special aluminum can. I'll take a picture at home. I'll send it to you, and you can post it on the socials. It was a blue Bud Light can. All the dog pound stuff, right? Cleveland Brown picture of the dog. They were so horrible the year before. That was their 0-16 season that they strategically put these coolers around the stadium and all in downtown Cleveland. And it was chained lock with a timer on it. So when they won their first game, I think it was a home game. Yeah, it had to be a home game since then. Coolers would be unlocked and all the beers would be free. I'm at that game, right? They tie it in the 4th. Goes to overtime. And McCurdy and we have a fucking war plan. It's like, all right, we are going to run out of this stadium, right? We're going to go to 4th Street, or I forget but it's just a beautiful street with bars on both sides, right? And I was like, you and I are going to get fucking this free collector's aluminum can bottle of the Browns. So he's like, all right, man, all right, we're going to slowly start making our way up with a few minutes to go. We got to get a jump start, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That was when they tied, and I was so pissed leaving the stadium. And I'll tell you one thing. I got to shout out every single Cleveland Browns fan. It is an experience to go to a stadium where they have had such a history of crazy, dumb moves, right?
Yep.
Like how many quarterbacks have they gone through just in the last decade? How many head coaches? I mean, the turnover there is insane.
Yeah.
All their games are sold out. Everyone's always in like an upbeat. Like the stadium's fun, right?
Yeah.
And people are leaving it. We're walking out, and I'm like, fuck, man, fuck this. I want a bottle, blah, blah. I'm so pissed. And people are like, dude, you guys, keep your chin up. We didn't lose. It was a tie. And I'm like, I flew from Oregon. Fuck a tie. Are you kidding me? Dude, that's just, I guess if you have that many years of depression, right, with the final wins and loss columns, that
any little ray of sunshine, and you're just cheering.
They were literally happy for a tie. So, anyways, that's how I got. So, bleep that out. Dance Dad had season tickets. Ironically, was from the Midwest and just kept them all the years he was working out here in Oregon and working for Nike, and started going back with him. He ended up leaving Oregon and moving back to the Midwest, and I just go back every single year for a Browns game. So new fan, but no, to go back to the original, that was a complete off the rails sidetrack story. Yes, quarterback probably wouldn't have been my choice. Probably wouldn't even been my top 10 choice. The contract that they signed probably will go down in history as
pretty dumb,
as one of probably the worst contract ever. I mean, a fully guaranteed
and the trade.
So no, yes, I am a Browns fan. Not a fan of any of that deal. Right, for what they gave up. Fully guaranteed. What was the final? Was it about 215?
It was 260, I believe.
So 260 fully guaranteed, and he hasn't even played one full season because he had his suspension from his other extracurricular activities. So no, yes, that's fair. You can that's a complete debacle. Don't agree with any of it, but it is what it is, and I guess Deshaun Watson's going to lead us to the promised land.
Lead you somewhere.
Or at least to a massage parlor.
At least you're not in record purgatory like your cohort over there.
All I saw was hands.
Jesus, I'm just sitting here being quiet, trying to giggle, properly.
Yeah, we gotta work on the giggle. You gotta giggle.
There we go. I got
Perfect.
Oh my God. All right, fine. You can be our giggle consultant. Be nice if you knew how to do some frickin' video editing. That'd be more helpful.
What if we made like a hype montage for you of the podcast?
Ooh, hype montage.
Yeah.
Well, now that there's a YouTube channel, Jackson, you can get in there and you can create whatever you want with our stuff. It is accessible, so you can edit and move things around and create a hype reel and whatever you want to do with the podcasts, the first 33 episodes.
If I get really, really, really bored, I might take
He
you
needs
up
to get
on that.
really. Let's establish that he would have to be really bored.
Yeah.
What?
In case I didn't say it enough.
There's a lot of time of you just sitting on your bed there watching, like you're texting the girlfriend while you're watching a video, while you've got your TV on in there. Like you've got your little privileged life. You've got a hot minute to help. You've got a hot minute.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
And then here's the other thing, Mike. We're gonna light him up a little.
Uh-oh.
He asked for a PS5.
I did.
I
might buy it myself. Maybe.
He thinks he's going to get a PS5 in his room hooked up to that shitty little TV in there, and that's just going to be okay.
I was looking at these cheap monitors, so maybe it's a monitor time. But you're right, But I offer up my own funds for the PS5. I think that's fair.
Your own funds.
Yes, from my job working at that burrito wrapping place.
Yeah, I understand that you do actually make money, but so far, I think that scale of how much is funded by your parents versus how much is funded by you means that you saving up what little you've had to buy a PS5 is probably not the best use of your funds.
That's fair. That's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
About that burrito wrapping place. Why haven't you come and visited me at work ever?
You told me not to.
Did I?
Yes. You said it's embarrassing and annoying when we come down there while you're working. And so since that point, we have obeyed your wishes and not come down and bothered you. I am happy to come down and have the burrito thing be our dinner for the evening. However, You told us not to do that. So is the ban on visiting that place while you are currently working now lifted?
I think it's lifted with some requirements.
I was gonna. Yep.
I'm not going to show up in a sumo wrestling outfit. I'm not going to, come in and be like, that's my baby slinging beans.
Yeah.
I'll just come in, order food, and then leave.
Okay. What if I give you horrendous portions, just a little bit, of each?
If
thing?
you cheat me out on what I pay for, I will write an email to corporate.
So now hold on. They have a hack now, right? Like if you have your phone out and you're recording, are the portions larger than normal?
Or
does that vary from location to location?
I've had people ask me that while I'm making their burritos from this.
I heard this is a thing.
Establishment.
I heard this was a thing on the socials and like TikTok and everything, that there's been rumors and the CEO has said some statements, but
If somebody has their phone out and are recording, you need to make bigger portions so that it doesn't look like they're cheaping out on stuff.
Here's the thing that you guys forget, is that as minimum wage workers, we don't give a shit how much we give you.
There we go.
So when people pull out the phone, it's just kind of an extreme. It's like unnecessary because you could just ask me to add more rice or whatever it is, and I'd just do it. Now, if you're gonna put 6 scoops of sour cream on your burrito and then make me wrap it, I'm gonna be a little bit more angry. But if you don't need,
you
to
want a
get
little
to that
more
extreme.
chicken, just be like,
Can I get a little extra chicken?
Yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna give you. I'm gonna charge you if you're like, here, give me 3 scoops of chicken, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, double meat or whatever it is. But if you're just asking for a little bit more, I'm gonna give it to you.
all right, hey, you let me know when you're working. My my lovely bride loves the burrito wrapping place.
It's a great place to
She
go.
she gets the bowls or the salads or whatever I guess the bowl, right?
Yeah.
Advice for the listeners and for you two as well, though, is don't go for 2 p.m.
That's yesterday's food.
That's yesterday's food.
Oh shit.
Well, some of yesterday's food, not all.
Not all.
Okay.
But there are portions of yesterday's food.
Yes.
So after 2 is the key.
Yes.
I don't know. Growing up as a leftovers kid, whatever.
Oh no! You want to see the place that we put this leftover food?
Oh.
It's the walk-in freezer, but instead of putting it in like a container, like you put like leftovers in a Tupperware,
Yeah.
You pour whatever food it is, let's say chicken, in a pan, and you put 2 little waxy papers on it, and then you put it in the fridge.
Oh.
That's the extent of the safeguarding that you're getting.
Okay.
I
mean, at least it's at the proper temperature. I have there have been lots of times growing up where the food that I was served, I'm fairly certain, had been microwaved 3 or 4 times and then put back in the fridge. Like, if you're not going to eat it, you're going to eat it until it's gone. The old Savvy Dave, like, we're gonna eat this until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just scrape off the furry parts.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing I didn't say the name of this establishment. Otherwise, we might have a lawsuit on our hands.
Well, that's why we don't say the name.
Yeah.
Like, now I gotta actually listen to this episode and bleep out the studio that Mike.
Well, and it was dropped one time, so good, when you go through this section, listen good, because it was accidentally dropped one time.
Yeah, I know. Now I gotta actually listen. Like, the last couple of episodes, I've been able to just kind of like half listen, half watch YouTube.
What about the Dawn episode?
There was a lot of bleeping on that one.
And so here's what I learned. So we've got a YouTube channel now. So it's at Whiskey and Wine on YouTube.com. That is the only video that had a copyright check mark next to it. So like it analyzes everything that you upload, and it tries to find out if there's copyrighted material in whatever you're putting up there. So a Taylor Swift song or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
So the Jeopardy music is a copyrighted thing. However, Jeopardy has said it's okay to use their Jeopardy theme music or their question music to a limited extent, and I used it to a limited extent.
Boom.
So there's no impact on that video. There's no demonetization on that video. It's okay to use. That's why we've been very careful with what we mention, what we talk about, everything else, so that if at some point we hit that magic number on YouTube and Spotify and everything else, and we could start to make actual money off of this damn thing, that we still can, and it's not like, well, that episode's not going to get any money because you guys mentioned, 1,001 different companies, and now they're all going to sue and everything else. So we mentioned the bourbon we're drinking, and we kind of generalize everything else. Thinking ahead. We're so damn smart.
I think that's a little far. I wouldn't say that is a true statement.
Okay, just because I've only edited one video and we've been doing this for like 5 weeks.
5 weeks? No, it's been. When's your?
No, video has only been 5 weeks.
Oh, video's only been. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I've got one video done.
I'm just saying the intelligence statement just might not be quite accurate.
All right, I can just drool all over myself everywhere. I'm gonna show up to your burrito wrapping place, and I'm just gonna be drooling all over myself, going, "Nan, baby, hey, I want extra chicken, 'cause I'm your dad." Yeah, I can turn this over on you real damn quick.
What if I just say we have the right to refuse service to anyone?
You can absolutely say that all you want. Don't forget, I'm also the announcer for your lacrosse games.
That's fair. You've already embarrassed me in that aspect.
Your coach told me it was okay one time, and I did it one time.
That's okay. Also fair. But one warning to you is that if you guys come in 10 minutes before we close, ever,
Nah, I won't.
Well, I will hunt you down.
Hey, Mike, what you doing? What you doing the other? Here, I'll show you his schedule when we're done. Wait, did you just say the name?
Yeah, that was the second time. So,
Me?
Yeah, we have 2 beeps.
Fuck. From me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
That burrito wrapping.
You can't backtrack. I have to physically, like when I'm listening to the episode, I have to physically like lower the levels of all the volumes because your voice actually carries all the way over to this mic, and then I have to insert a beep and then bring all the levels back up. You just gave me 5 minutes of extra work.
So bad.
Plus the clapping intro.
Yep. Yeah, I got to.
And then my cell phone ringing.
So here's the question: are we doing the golf clap intro, or are we doing the stadium like big clap intro like the wives got?
I say we give him the big stadium.
What if you do like the boo?
Oh, shit.
I don't hate you that much.
I mean, it'd be funny. Or you could do like
he can boo me when the phone rings. I'll let you. You can throw in a boo.
When your phone rings,
give
I'll
him
put
the
in
Packer Stadium.
Oh yeah, and you could like do all the Packers accomplishments, and then you could do like the Browns and the Seahawks after that.
Hey, the Browns have plenty of titles. They're just
titles.
They're just Jim Brown days. Just we have to go back. we have to go back a smidge. All right, just a smidge.
Called the Browns. That's horrible. Your freaking helmet is just orange.
Do you know why they're called the Browns?
It's Jim Brown, or no, not Jim. Paul Brown.
Yep, the coach. Only team in the NFL
named after a coach.
Little tidbit right there.
Why are they called the Packers?
Because of the Acme Packing Company, which is it was a meat packing corporation, and they were like, "Hey, we'll sponsor you, and you can call yourself the Packers," and it stuck. It was meat and cheese, I believe, which makes sense.
Ooh. Meat and cheese is not a bad thing, but Packers just sounds gross.
Yeah, you keep talking over there, Redskins.
Oh, shit.
Commanders.
Why aren't you the Redskins anymore?
Reasons.
And now you have like your mascot's like a pig.
That's a hog.
It's a
hog. It's the old 80s hogs and hogettes, and there's a whole history behind it, okay? What's your mascot?
I'm not sure that we have one. Actually.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think we have.
That's an L.
Hey, you guys have foam cheese heads. That's fucking pretty badass.
It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna put you in the Packers Stadium in like January for a playoff game. It's gonna be like negative 14 degrees.
Hard pass.
Meanwhile, your gates in your stadium just fall apart randomly and almost hit players. So I don't want to hear it.
And then you've got FedEx Stadium that FedEx Field that sewage drops out of the pipes every once in a while on fans.
And there's been so many horrendous injuries on your field too.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
No, we're fantastic.
Yeah. Great stadium.
Ooh, we got a new follower.
Oh.
Mike.
Mike?
Me?
No.
Oh.
Different Mike.
Dance studio former Mike.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah. There we go.
Boom.
That's one to add to your, how many? 6, 7?
It's getting up there.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
We're
I think
getting
we're a
up
little over 36 at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm sorry. So at this point, you're going to be heard by 3,500 people. So get ready to be judged, kid.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, Mike, should we do a little whiskey rating?
You mean our expertise over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Joanna's favorite part. I'm sure this is where Jackson usually falls asleep finally because we're not laughing anymore.
Oh,
I was just getting some dopamine there for a minute. That's better.
Well, all right. Quick recap. Purple label.
Purple label, not
right.
the orange label.
All right. What was the... I forgot to ask the price.
It's in the upper 80s.
All right.
Black Maple Hill. It's an Oregon straight bourbon whiskey. 95 proof. Low octane. But it's an Oregon.
Yeah, no, it gets a point for that.
Yep. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Well, I'm still trying to pick it apart.
As far as flavor goes, when we first poured this, there was a lot going on and not necessarily in a good way. Since then, it has mellowed significantly.
Tremendously, yes.
Which is a good thing because there was just something about the taste early on that was it was not good. So if I'm being honest, this is not something I'm going to sip on a regular basis. I'm gonna give it a high silver.
Man, it is. It's kind of funny how in tune we are with one another because as I was sipping it, that's where I kept going as far as flavor.
Yep.
Right. Nose, finish.
Yep.
I didn't know anything about the price. I was kind of leaning gold. But if it's up in the mid 80s, I feel like we've had
there's a lot of things that are a lot cheaper with better flavor.
And I do know this is another young one, kind of like last week. I think
Yeah.
it doesn't say, but from what I was reading, it says it's 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. So,
But you know what? We've had things that are young that are good.
yeah.
So I feel like it's it's dependent on the original juice that's made and what you do with it afterwards. And so for this one, for me it was a high silver because it's just not right.
Nope, I concur.
All right.
Second high silver over to your left over here.
Yep.
All right. Close the books on that one.
Yep. Oh, I technically got a drink after I cheers. There we go. All right, Jackson, what did you think?
I liked it. I liked tearing you guys to shreds a little bit. I feel like if I came on again, I'd be maybe a little bit more positive for you guys.
Be nice if you could find me some help on editing.
You're asking the wrong person, honestly.
You don't have any friends that are any good at video editing.
Oh, Connor.
Connor's good at video editing?
So
Talk
now
to him.
where has
Dude,
Connor been
Yeah,
this whole
where in
time?
that? I mean, my God. Oh, my God.
Does Connor listen?
No, but I can get him to.
Yeah. Get him?
Okay, so Connor,
Yeah.
first time listener, long time fan. We need help.
Please.
He'd actually do a great job for you guys. So
Oh, there we go.
Well,
I'll even pay Connor. I will pay Connor.
I'll text him right now.
Yeah.
He'll do
Yeah.
it.
After we're done, you text Connor. I will pay because at this point, I have suffered for weeks and I have completed one.
And I feel bad for you between recital weekend and my crazy-ass work schedule and everything else.
It's just impossible to get this crap done.
So, I mean, we're calling audibles on some of the days to
Yeah.
just the recording days, right?
Yeah.
To make sure we can get in sessions to record. So, all right, Connor could be your guy.
Yeah.
Sounded promising.
You know what, Connor? You can get credit on the end credits too. So
And you know what? We'll write. Take it. Does he go to school with you?
Yep.
We'll write the school, local school counselor.
maybe he
get some credits.
Yeah, so for a
Internship at
for
the
an
Whiskey and Wine.
internationally downloaded podcast
Yeah. Worldwide.
worldwide. We are worldwide.
Uh-huh.
We are. I can show you the stats. We're in
Like Mike said, you
South
can make
America.
stats say whatever you want to say.
Okay, fine. Fine. It was North Korea, and I'm pretty sure they were just trying to steal our voices for something, but whatever.
Some propaganda video.
The Whiskey and Wine podcast approve of this North Korean message. Oh, now we're going to be on a list.
That's all right.
Oh, hell. Well, so Black Maple Hill, the blue label, not the orange. We're going to give it a high silver. Thanks for trying. Participation trophy.
Hey, it'll be interesting, right? Try it again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pick up. I saw they did a rye,
Yep.
so we'll try. We'll see, right?
Yeah. I still got to get a bottle of Angel's Envy up here.
Oh, here we go.
I wish we had one.
I'll bring one next time. Son of a bitch.
Well, Jackson, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep. Thank you for letting me on.
Yeah, don't forget, your video is running the whole time. So all the times you're checking your phone and everything else, even though we're talking, I might just switch the camera view to you.
Yeah, okay. Just getting my scrolling in, sending a few reels.
You could subscribe to our YouTube channel. That'd be nice.
I'll do that right now.
All right, thank you.
Oh, buddy. Share it with your friends.
So, eventually, when you guys hear this, or probably see this eventually, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell. We get over a certain number, and we start getting a little bit of money in here, and maybe we can start, getting
some Packers gear in here.
things in here. Like better, we can do better than the Packers, but
Or hell. Fuck the gear. Just help. We can pay for help.
yeah, then we can pay Connor to edit everything, and
We're trying to help, right? We need to help Connor.
we're building.
Connor doesn't even know yet, but
You
we're
guys-
trying to help Connor.
You guys act like Connor's just in the basement, and you're like, donate now.
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously, subscribe now. Otherwise, Connor's gonna get beaten. In our right hand is a bat, and in the left hand is a roll of money, and one of these two is gonna go to Connor.
Oh, Lord.
He's gonna hear this episode and be like, "What the hell, Jackson? You're a shit friend."
I'm gonna tell him to skip to the end and just listen to that part. Just savor the-
Well, guys, thanks so much for listening to the Whiskey and Wine podcast. Remember, we are officially on YouTube now. YouTube.com at Whiskey and Wine. Remember, N and WHINE. Maybe the algorithm takes you to us, maybe it doesn't, but just look for that lovely logo that you guys know so
That's
well.
right. That's right. Hunt it down via logo if need be.
Yep, it's there somewhere. You'll find it, and you can see the all episodes are available, and the one episode that I have managed to edit is available to view, so you can see us in all our glory, with Mike with his legs up and me not realizing that the camera's still on, and lots of other fun things. So,
Super fun.
all right, thanks guys, and well, let's see how Connor does.
That's right. Go team.
This episode of the Whiskey and Wine Podcast is sponsored by Portland Party Bus, Portland's original party bus company, where the ride becomes the party. PDX Party Bus pricing is all inclusive. This means all the hourly rates include all fees and mileage. No surprise charges at the end of your party, just professional staff and a party all along the way. Visit them at pdxpartybus.com and plan your next wine tasting, birthday party, or just a great weekend. pdxpartybus.com.